Have you ever hit a growth ceiling in your business and felt like you were the bottleneck? If you have, you're not alone. Many business owners find themselves in this situation, thinking they have to sacrifice their time, energy, and even personal lives to be successful. But guess what? That's simply not true. Today, I want to advocate for a mindset shift. It's about being intentional with our relationship with time and energy. Let's explore 6 ways to work smarter and reclaim your life. Let's do it. Are you that driven entrepreneur who believes that working harder holds the key to your dreams? Are you drowning in the day-to-day tasks, wishing you had more time to strategize and cast the vision for your business growth? Hi, I'm Donna Dubé, your guide on this entrepreneurial journey. I've walked in your worn-out shoes, burning the midnight oil, convinced that sheer hard work was the secret to success. Just one more email, one more task, until I found myself on a one-way track to burnout. But here's the twist in the tale. I discovered that success isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about being intentional with our time. It's about steering our ship with focus, because no team, system, or automation can outperform a lack of direction. In this podcast, I am sharing with you all the strategies for business growth that it took me years to learn. If you're ready to step out of the daily overwhelm so you can amplify your profits, then I'm ready to teach you. I believe the only limit to your business growth is the one you set for yourself. Go grab a notebook, warm up that cup of tea, and let's do this. Welcome back, CEOs. I'm so glad you're here. I think this topic today is really, really important because I know for myself, I was stuck in this trap. When I first started my business many years ago, I believed that I had to keep hustling and working harder and longer and harder and longer until I reached that so-called level of success. Really, I was on a one-way track to burnout and I didn't know it. And I've now realized that that's not actually success, right? We start our business with a dream of freedom and flexibility, but we find ourselves working harder and harder without seeing the growth we desire. But here's the good news. You don't have to sacrifice yourself to have a successful business. You just have to be intentional about how you're using your time and energy. So today I want to go through 6 ways to work smarter and help you break through those growth ceilings that you might be stuck at. Okay, number 1, do less with more focus. Do less with more focus. And this seems opposite from what the world tells us, right? The world tells us that we need to do all the things to succeed. But that's simply not true. Success comes from focusing on the tasks that yield the biggest results, not from staying busy with low-impact activities. I want you to start thinking like the CEO of your business and focus on the things that will have the biggest results, not busy work. I know some people think that productivity is about working as fast as you can. No, take a relaxed pace. It doesn't have to be a rush. I want you to put your time and energy into things that drive results for your business. So when you take a look at your to-do list, how many tasks are really moving the needle forward? For me, I know I found that simplifying my focus to my signature offer made a huge difference. I know for myself and as well as my clients, we end up in this trap where we're running several offers, we've got courses, we've got workshops, we've got this, we've got that. And honestly, it's exhausting and it's really diluting your efforts. And when I decided to consolidate my offerings into one program that delivered maximum value, that's when things changed. Because this allowed me to focus all of my marketing and my delivery efforts on one program instead of being spread so thin across many, leading to better results and definitely less stress. Another example is this podcast, right? I was not a huge fan of social media, so instead of trying to be active on every social media platform, I decided to focus on podcasting. It aligns well with my strengths, my audience, our listeners, and it's something I can do each and every week consistently. And I'm in control of the content. So by letting go of other distractions, like constantly updating Instagram or finding out what the latest algorithm is doing in Facebook, no, I've been able to achieve more with less stress by simplifying and focusing on what works. So I want you to think about your own business. What are the tasks that bring you the best results? Focus on those and don't be afraid to let go of the rest. Maybe it's a particular product or a marketing channel that really performs well for you, or a client segment that brings in the most revenue. I want you to prioritize these areas and see how much more effective you can be. All right, tip number 2, CEO. It doesn't mean Chief Everything Officer. As business owners, I know we fall into this trap of perfectionism and control. It's easier to just do things ourselves, is what we try and convince ourselves sometimes. But friends, trust me, this leads to burnout and stagnation. To grow, we need to let others support us. I want you to approach this as if you're going to fire yourself from certain roles within your business. I want you to fire yourself from roles that you aren't the best at. Maybe that's administrative tasks. Maybe that's customer support, right? Do you have someone, virtual assistant, social media, operations, bookkeeper, whatever that is, but people who can handle these tasks for you to free up your time and focus on strategic decisions and growth activities? Now, I know some of you are going to say, but Donna, I am not in a position to hire anyone. My revenue isn't where I need it to be. I'm not prepared, this and that. We've got a lot of reasons why now might not be the right time. But I want you to be thinking about it. Even if now isn't the right time for hiring, I want you to be thinking about it and working that out. What would I need to do to be able to bring in my first hire? How many more clients do I need? What more do I need to sell? What would that look like? How many hours would they work for me? What tasks would I get them to do? We want to be proactive in this and start working and thinking about it before we get in a state where we're overwhelmed and we need something immediately. So I want you to think about the tasks you could delegate. Reclaim your time for the most important tasks that only you as business leader can do. Again, this might be hiring a bookkeeper, social media manager, operations manager, whatever the titles are, they don't matter. But building a support system and trusting your team is going to be essential for sustainable growth in your business. Okay, tip number 3, what got you here won't get you there. And I know this is a common phrase, but honestly, there's a lot of truth to it. As you reach new levels of growth, the strategies that once worked may no longer be effective for you, right? You can't work more hours or take on clients indefinitely. At some point, you're going to hit capacity. You're not physically going to be able to do more. I remember when I started working one-on-one with my clients, and as my business grew, I couldn't take on more clients without overworking. And so I had to take a step back and think about how I was going to shift things, how I was going to change things so that I can continue to grow the business without overworking myself. And for many people, they shift from one-on-one offers to group offers or online courses, right? Allowing them to serve more people without increasing their workload. And this can help you grow and scale your business without putting you at jeopardy. right? Another example is, expanding your marketing channels. Maybe initially you rely heavily on word of mouth and referrals. But as you grow, you're going to need to diversify your marketing efforts, right? You might want to start using more email marketing, paid advertising, maybe. Whatever those strategies are for you, but you're going to have to introduce other ones to reach a broader audience. And this multi-channel approach, multi-strategy approach can really help you see that next level of growth. So I want you to consider, how can you leverage your time and efforts to reach more people without burning out? And this might mean creating digital products, automating part of your business, or exploring new marketing strategies. Okay, tip number 4, embrace, rinse, and repeat. And I know we often crave the new things, right? New ideas and experiences. But honestly, building systems that create momentum is really the key to sustainable growth. Because freedom in your business comes from having assets that work for you. Marketing assets, sales assets, and delivery systems. Tried and true systems that work. So for example, I develop a 90-day marketing plan that I can reuse and refine, right? My podcast episodes, my sales pages, my email strategies. These are assets that I don't have to recreate from scratch every time I want to roll something out. And this approach allows me to focus on optimizing what already works rather than constantly starting over. Maybe you'll have a launch strategy for a product that you've launched, right? So you've got emails, you've got social media posts, maybe you've got a webinar. Start by refining and reusing the strategy. Save yourself time and also know you can get some consistent results. Right? Maybe you have a new process for onboarding new clients or new people into your world. Make it standardized. Make sure it's a smooth and professional experience every single time. So this is about doing the hard work once and then having that hard work pay off for you. You don't need to recreate the program over and over again. Once you build a system, optimize it and let it work for you. This might be templates, checklists, and automation tools, streamlining your processes. The key here is to do the hard work once and let that hard work pay off over and over. All right, tip number 5, create the money you need to invest back into you and your business. So what do I mean by this? Well, investing back into your business is actually crucial for your growth. But how do we make this happen? You can create the money you need by strategically planning. So for instance, let's say you're at a point where you need to hire a new team member. You can calculate, how many clients do I need to cover the expense of the new team member? And this not only ensures that you have the funds, but it also gives you a clear goal to work towards. Right? If I need 2 new clients to be able to cover the cost of this new person that I want to bring on my team. And then I want you to think about what investments will buy back your time, both for you as business leader and also help your team. Plan how you can generate the necessary income to make those investments. So maybe you want to launch a new product. Maybe you want to run a promotion. Maybe you need to increase your prices. But the goal here is to invest in areas that will provide the highest return. So whether it's through time savings, increased revenue, enhancing your team's skills, there's lots of areas you can invest in. But we want to look for the ones that we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck. Alrighty, last but not least is tip number 6. Find a mentor and or join a mastermind. This entrepreneurship world can be very lonely if we let it. And you don't have to figure everything out on your own. The journey we know is filled with obstacles, but having a mentor or a mastermind group can really provide some invaluable support. I know during my time as an entrepreneur, I found both paid and unpaid mentors who have really helped me see my blind spots, right? They've helped me navigate challenges. And being part of a group provides that accountability and provides a fresh perspective. We can share our goals, our challenges, of course, our successes, right? But it helps keep me motivated and helps me stay on track. So I want to make sure that you have mentors or peer groups that understand your business and can offer the kind of support that you need. This might be through a formal coaching program, or it might be a group, it might be an informal network, whatever that looks like for you. But the key really is to surround yourself with people who can offer guidance, support, and encouragement, because we all need all three of those. Alrighty, I hope these 6 strategies or tips have really helped you to see how you can work smarter, not harder, and actually bring you closer to the success that you deserve. Remember, you don't have to sacrifice yourself for your business. Be intentional with your time and energy and focus on what truly matters. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur who you think could benefit. Until next time, keep pushing forward and working smarter. Thank you for joining me on this episode of CEO Amplify. I appreciate you being part of our thriving community of ambitious business owners. If you enjoyed today's episode, I kindly ask you to share this podcast with a friend and take a hot minute to rate and leave a review. It would mean the world to me. Your feedback helps me reach more people and continue providing valuable content. Thanks so much for your support. Keep shining, and we'll catch you on the next episode.